Final day of annual conference. Last few motions, a few guest speakers.
PCS members who work in the prison service have the right to strike. Prison officers in Scotland have the right to strike, but prison officers in England and Wales do not. PCS fully supports the POA in their demand for the right to strike to be restored to your prison officers taken away from you by the Tories in the 1990s. And we stand with you, shoulder to shoulder, and will always stand with you until your rights are fully restored.
Most of the trade unions that work within the criminal justice system understand the challenges that we've got. You know, we face restrictions that many of them don't face, so the additional challenges means that we've got to do things in a slightly different way. The experience I have of working with trade union colleagues is that they relish the opportunity to speak to us because we've managed to overcome all of the obstacles we have and yet still have the influence that we've got. All of the speakers have had something really positive to say, so I've enjoyed listening to them.
The last few days, obviously, we've been doing lots of voting on the motions. It's been really interesting. It's been really hard, actually. Not always do we agree, but I think we've made some really great progress this year, and I'm looking forward to seeing what it brings.
It's been a really positive conference. I've enjoyed it. The delegates were absolutely fantastic. Some good debates, some good motions. There's a lot of unity out there. We feel respected and we feel valued, which is important to us as an NEC, and we've got their backs and they know that that's the most important thing. We're all working together towards the same aim.
It's been very interesting.
Speaking to people outside of the conference hall, people were happy where things were going, what we're doing for them. We've set some realistic targets for the trade union, so now we need to just get out there and deliver them.
It went amazing. It went absolutely amazing. You know, at the end of the day, we are here to support our members across multiple different sectors, from immigration, from private to public, and we will stand strong every day of the week, 24/7, 365. And as long as they keep kicking, we'll keep kicking for them.
I actually went to a fringe meeting as well, which was the tackling the far right, which I think is a big problem at the moment.
The fringes were very good. They were well attended, and the one about the far right, it is putting right this narrative, isn't it? You know, we're working class people, and if you want the NHS to continue, if you want a free NHS, if you want workers' rights, including maternity rights and sick pay, if you don't want an insurance-based scheme every time you go to doctors, you know, you've got to educate yourself about policies of political parties who may want to destroy all that for you. So I know the narrative is getting promoted more than what the reality is and the truth is, but we've got to look further than that. We've got to protect workers' rights. We've got to protect our NHS. We've got to make sure everyone can afford to put food on the table. So we need to vote the right way, really.
So I've been in the prison service now for 3 years, right? So all I've ever known is crisis since joining. And every time I've come to the conference, which has only been the twice now, it is always empowering. You always leave with a new sense of energy, a new sense of purpose. So when you go back to your branches, you kill it, you go in, you get the new members that you need, and you come out 10 times stronger, 20 times stronger.
I fight really, really hard for the members in our establishment, so they know that anyway, but I'm not much of a public speaker, but today I did for the first time, so maybe next year I'll do again.
Some of the debates have been very interesting as well, and I got up, I spoke, I lost horrendously.
When you see new people getting up on stage and you can see the passion some people come up with.
Second time. More nerve-wracking than the first time.
It's not an easy thing, is it, getting up in that rostrum and you've got all the lights on you can hear yourself on the mic and you're like, oh God, what's going on? And it's so easy to get flustered, but actually we're very courteous. We all give each other that time and everyone knows how difficult it can be. There's a couple of speakers that got up today and even said, like, oh, that doesn't get any easier, does it? Like, and it is when you stand up there and you see everyone's looking at you, you kind of think, oh, what do I do? So it's good to see that we're all supportive of each other, and it's kind of nourishing that fact and saying, yeah, like we need to do what we can to kind of foster it and make sure that people feel comfortable being able to do this type of thing.
And I think all the people, even on their first speech, have actually done really well. I'm sat next to Wood Hill, and one of the staff from Wood Hill, she did her first time going up there speaking in a debate, and she did fantastic. She left me a nice little note on my book of how well I did, even though my motion fell.
Everyone's so supportive. I think I've done all right. It is very nerve-wracking, but it's important, you know, that we get out there and we speak how we feel.
It's a thrill. If anything, it's a thrill, because what happens is you get on stage, you catch a bug.
Yeah, the first time delegates did extremely well. I know how nerve-wracking it is. We've all been there, but they did a great job and they should be really proud of themselves. So we look forward to hearing more from them next year. And of course, the membership is getting younger, the delegates are getting younger. That's a positive. The future is bright for this union, I can tell you that much.
I really loved seeing about the retired members as well. There's a lot for retired members that they don't really know about. And to be honest, I didn't even know about until today. So I've learned a lot in that sense as well. So I've got a lot of retired members that I'm going to now contact and say, oh, you need to join this because it's great.
Yeah, most certainly be taking this message back to our branch. The first thing that we do when we go back is we're going to reiterate all the things that had happened, all the motions that we had spoken about on behalf of the branch. And yeah, we'll see what the outcome is and start getting some motions in ready for next year as well.
I think one of the big things is the right to strike, and that's something I do care about. I think it's undemocratic. I don't think it's fair for both us and the police, who face a lot of the same issues, and both of us don't have the right to strike. It's the ultimate negotiation tool when negotiations no longer work, and it gives your employer incentive to actually listen. At the moment, they can just fob you off, and what can you do? I think it's disgusting we don't have it, if I'm honest. And a Labour government that went back on bringing it in.
So it's really nice to get with the other reps in the other establishments, and we do contact each other a lot. We ask for a lot of advice. We are one big family, so it's really lovely to get together once a year and spend that time together. It's been really lovely.
I can't think of a single young person who enjoys karaoke.
Yeah, no, we're at the young members get together, or say social hosted by the young members, just getting everyone together, having a bit of a chat, getting around the room, speak to people, see new faces, see who's coming down to conference, and just kind of getting to know everyone really.
It was one of my responsibilities as national chair to get up and be the first on karaoke to encourage people, which I'm glad I did. I'm not so sure about the voice, but there you go, it's all part of the fun in it. And it's the first time that we've had a young members committee and the first time we've put on a social event, so they did really well, and I'm sure that will continue, and I'll have to get my singing voice ready for next year now, I guess, won't I? I do like a karaoke, I must admit.
It was nice that there was sort of a planned event in the evening. 9 out of 10 times you've got the people that are almost already familiar, and they go out, they have their meals, and it all sort of splits up. And I think particularly as I'm only been to a few of these so far, I've maybe not got that yet. Or got those groups yet, so it was nice that there was actually a planned event that everyone can go to, even if me and Steve were a bit antisocial and just sat on a table on our own eating crisps. I think more planned, everyone invited things is quite nice, regardless of if it's specifically to bring light to a different committee, because it helps everyone get to know each other.
From me, I can't do karaoke, and I know that some people cannot, different things, and indeed I've heard that some of the delegates were really good as well. But Bob Marley is one of my favourites, quite frankly. And I love the slogan, get up, stand up, don't give up the fight. Solidarity, brothers and sisters, and the fight goes on. Thank you, safe journey.
Like Steve had mentioned, Steve Gillen, our General Secretary, we are gaining numbers year on year, and that's exactly what we want to see. We want to mount that pressure on our government. We want to show them that we won't go down without a fight. And just like he said, famous words of Bob Marley, get up, stand up, fight for what is right. I think it's something like that, a paraphrase there at the end, but you know, what a great couple of words.
Obviously, when you're in this position, and social media is a big toxic in it, it's a big killer of your morale, and it can get you down sometimes because all you ever get is negatives. So it's nice to come away at conference and feel appreciated, because we absolutely love our members, we love our delegates, they do a great job. You know, I know how difficult it is, the job they do. I can't speak highly enough of them, you know, I really can't. They do fantastic work.
So let's keep fighting together, and let's keep winning together. No white flags, no hands up, just fists up in solidarity. Solidarity to you all, conference. Thank you, safe journey all.
I think the closing speeches by Mark and Steve have brought conference to a successful end. I think many speakers today have gone away reinvigorated, re-energised, and I think we'll see the result of that in the coming year.
There were absolutely no negatives from the NEC about how conference has gone, really positive, best conference they've been to for a while, and it just seems to get better and better each year. So I'm really proud of my members, I really am. They do a great job and they've proved it this week.
The NEC are really happy. You know, how conference goes and how people feel directly impacts on us, and so we're getting some positive vibes. So that gives you the opportunity to recharge your batteries and get yourself back out and continue the fight.
The highlight really is just seeing everybody, and we get updates on each other's cases and things like that, and we help each other so much as well. So it's really nice to hear that people have had wins for their members. I think that's always a positive for me.
Sometimes you've just got to take stock and then go again, and I think we've done that. I think that's been one of the things we've managed this week. So yeah, let's just see what we can achieve. Every year is a challenge, but everybody's up for the challenge. So let's just get out there and see if we can deliver on some of the promises that we've made. So delegates are all now on the way home. Summarising today, I think it's been a really good day.